Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. Today I'm joined with my long friend, Owen. Now, Owen's been on the channel several times in my results day videos. Today, essentially, we're going to be talking about do A-levels matter, because results day is a day or two away now. And me and Owen, both university students now, we've both been there, done that. And we're just going to give you a few insights in case you're curious to see like how important A-levels are.
Whether they matter as much as your sixth form tutors tell you, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
We've been through it, and now you're going through it. We survived it, and so will you.
100%. But one interesting thing that I found out on results day, and you might have the same, that before I got my results officially, I had an email from my university. You had the same thing?
Yeah, I knew I was going to Birmingham. For those who don't know, I go to University of Birmingham.
Yeah, so essentially you get an email saying if you got into the university or not before you actually get your results.
Yeah. So results come secondary, pretty much.
You can kind of be a bit more settled when you get your results if you get the email.
Yeah.
If you don't get the email, then don't be too worried. I'm sure it just takes time to come, but just a quick heads up. But other than that, it was pretty much very similar to GCSE results day.
Oh, essentially, yeah. There was a mix of cheers and tears from everyone.
Cheers and tears.
Honest.
And if they're tears, you got to run home to get on clearing ASAP.
Yeah, exactly. Or to be honest, just, I don't know, see if delivery or hiring, you know?
So yeah, now your jacket's off, Owen. Yeah. Do you honestly think A-levels matter?
Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, not too much. Truthfully, like, I mean, we'll get into why, but for me they have, and I wanted to go to Birmingham to do English and History, and I needed at least AAB to do that. I got A-star AB, so you know, if you aim a little bit higher there.
Your grades as well aren't the end of the world, so I got BBB, my offer was AAB, and even if you don't think you got the grades you need to get into your university, there's still a good chance you'll be accepted.
Oh yeah.
But like on the side of do they matter or not, I feel like they don't matter as much as people say. So now we're into university. Like, what have A-levels done for us since we've got them?
Only been useful for small talk at Prees, to be honest.
A-levels matter to the extent that, let's say, the better A-levels you get, the better university you get into. And by better university, not only do they have a slightly, like, let's say, better system and have higher profile lecturers, but it's like they have slightly more opportunities, like slightly more connections with other universities and stuff like that will be, like, beneficial. But let's say, even if you didn't get the grades to get into a top university, on the other hand, it's kind of like, university is what you make it, so as long as you get the grades to get in, then you can still do things and still go places.
Ultimately, I think that's one thing people underestimate of universities. If both of us, we went to state comprehensives, so the concept of connections for education is pretty much nil for us growing up. But when you look at careers network and the people you generally mingle with, it is ridiculous how many doors open up just from the university alone. Like, I mean, even as first-hand Dylan doing a year abroad, mixing all over the world with, you know, future elite people.
But like, I'm just been trying to think about like how have my A-levels affected me since I got them other than university, and it's kind of like
they have.
Yeah, like they're the highest level of qualification I have, and that's the thing I tick when I enroll to university.
Yeah.
But like, I think
they're a stepping stone.
Yeah, exactly, and it's the same sort of principles. And I spoke to this guy earlier on today, and we're going to roll this interview now, who's getting his results in about 2 days it is from our perspective now. And it was just a pretty interesting interview. Here's his thoughts on how he's going about A-level results day as a student currently. And it'll probably be interesting for you guys to see his versus ours, you know.
Yeah.
So roll the interview. So today on the podcast, guys, we have a special guest who goes by the name of Masked Nigerian. Now you can see him on screen right now, and I'm pretty sure you can guess where the name comes from. So you've got your results in a few days, right?
Yes, my results is coming on the 15th of August.
Oh, 15th, so very soon, you know. Are you feeling scared?
Yes, 3 I'm so scared, man.
Really?
I'm just thinking like, am I gonna get BBB, like big student vlog?
And you're predicted AAB?
Yeah, I'm predicted AAB.
What are your choices then? Are you looking to go to uni?
Yes, I'm looking to go to the University of Surrey and the University of Essex with my insurance.
But wait, so why Sussex and Essex though?
I picked Surrey because
Or Surrey even?
Sorry.
it's really close to London, you know.
Yeah, near your ends.
40 minutes away.
Yeah. Fair enough, bro. It's always good to be local to London. But let's say like, on results day, like, what are you thinking is going to happen? You just walk in there, have a chat, get your results, or you're thinking more like, you know, I'm gonna stay around, chat, or just dip straight away?
So I'm gonna go in, get my results.
Yeah.
Record my reaction.
Yeah.
and then hit up Nando's for that chicken.
Nando's, you know. Oh, are they still doing free chicken this year?
Yeah, I think they are.
They are. Okay, so if you don't know, guys, and you're listening to the podcast, basically Nando's, each results day, if you take in like your results, they give you what, like a free half chicken or 3/4 chicken?
Yeah, but you need to have £7, make sure.
You need to have £7.
Yeah, like £7 order,
Oh,
and then you get the half.
you already know about this. You've already done your research on this.
I watch your results day video, that's why.
Oh yeah, because me and the boys went to the free chicken. Yeah, sure. Alright, say no more. And okay, so wait, what subjects did you take again?
I done maths, chemistry, and sociology.
Oof.
Chemistry's a
Why I
bit
didn't
mad.
love chemistry, I don't know to this day.
Bro, I remember I tried taking a science, alright? I tried to take biology, and by the end of year 12, I had to drop that. I got like an E at AS. That was so mad.
Yeah. So funny story. I
Yeah.
done biology for 1 term.
One term.
And then I didn't want to go back to school again.
Wait, see, you did it for not even the whole year, 1 term?
1 term, and I had enough of biology. I had enough of sixth form. I had enough of.
So your exams went all good, or did some of them, go a bit like, oh shit, like I could have got like a C in that, I could have done bad in that?
Yeah, to be honest, we start some mechanics. I'm pretty sure I got like a G in a paper.
Bruh, a D.
With pure, I'm sure I got like 2B.
That's calm then.
So hopefully,
Listen.
it's
D add B equals A. It's all good.
for sure.
For sure.
Back in the day when you do like the exam reaction, like I can relate. Because no first on J then. She came out crying, but both really stars.
Bro,
I know. Yeah, actually I got an A star. That was a bit mad, to be fair, yeah.
like,
Yeah. I was so shocked.
Bro, I'd be crying with happiness if I even got close to a B in like biology or something. I've never got an A star. Actually, I got an A star in GCSE maths. That was a good time.
Yeah, I've never got it.
Never.
Just a quick shout.
yeah, go on.
Results Mix Up 2019 coming out. Inspired by student blogs.
La, my guy. So let's go. I hope it blows up. I hope it does blow up. All jokes aside, though, I hope that you get some good results. All right, bro, take it easy.
That was a pretty cheeky interview I did with a long-time subscriber who video called me a lot, but I love it. He was a funny guy. Anyway,
As I said, one of the biggest myths of A-levels and degrees and education is education,
brother.
Education equals money, and that ultimately isn't true. In that, I'd say we can talk firsthand. People who are currently our age with a regular stream of cash flow did the worst in school, and it's a myth that you need education to make money. People that go Oxbridge, they will be in debt. They'll be tied up in debt their whole life that they never pay off. A-levels are not a guarantee of you having that money. What is initiative, drive, and finding a passion ultimately.
But I feel like, I definitely agree with that sort of thing. But I feel like from the perspective of like going to university, if you're just the average Joe and you want to have a 9-to-5 job, if you go and get a 9-to-5 job, let's say once you finish GCSEs versus once you finish university,
110%.
that's when there'll be a big difference. But if you're driven already, it doesn't matter as such, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm 100% at uni for the lifestyle. I mean, you? Or both, whatever.
Not really, I was there because I actually really like my degree, but I think obviously the lifestyle...
That's how you should be feeling. That's how you should be feeling.
But ultimately, I think lifestyle does influence everyone a bit. I wouldn't be like I said, the whole kind of crazy party and, it's fine. Burger vans, mate. Like, I mean, as long as you avoid salmonella, you're set. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're aware. Exactly.
But back to, like, sort of A-level vibes, right? One thing I've noticed being at uni is that, at the time, it's normally just A-levels are a grade on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But having, doing A-level maths has probably been the most useful subject I ever did because I still, use maths every day.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it is for English as well.
Oh, 100%.
Because they're the two subjects that are used in everything. So, looking back on sixth form, I feel like sixth form was honestly a great time. I mean,
it was the glory days in a weird way. Actually,
yeah.
I think I've preferred university, but I'm still very nostalgic for sixth form.
Same.
Nothing beats a kebab on the free period.
Having sort of free periods where you had to be in school, other people had free periods. You'd see your kind of classmates is so nice because at university is so big. When you have loads of free time, even more free time, which you do, you don't bond with as many people because you always see different people.
Yeah.
People go home. And sixth form was just a great time. I mean, even having small classrooms, you actually bond with a teacher.
110%.
Thinking back to my A-levels and A-level results, it was a blessed period of my life, I reckon.
I was 110%, because you're both still bound by that being nannied by the education system in that you're in A-levels, but the whole fact wearing suits 3 periods, it is independent, but at the same time you've got a much safer safety net than you do at university, I think.
Yeah. So if I personally had to summarise, do A-levels matter, being like 2 years on, that sort of perspective, I'd say they do matter. I'd say they definitely do matter a bit, because it's kind of like, as long as you get into university, which you need certain grades to do, it doesn't matter what university, as long as you get into one if you're looking to do that, I'd say that so many opportunities open up, but I don't feel like they matter to the extent where it's like, oh, I didn't get AAA, I got BBB, so I had to go to a different university. So, you know, I wouldn't stress if you've got A-level results, they're coming soon, just as long as you haven't failed everything, you should be good. I mean, what's your take, Owen?
Pretty similar. I think I speak first hand. Yes, they did mean a lot to me. They do matter a bit. There's no denying they will have some value, but like what you actually get, you know, will be forgotten mostly in a year, I think.
Actually, just thinking then, yeah, exactly. That's kind of like in the usefulness terms of them. But I guess it matters loads in the sense that as an individual, you dedicated your whole last 2 lives to this certain project.
2 lives? Are you a cat? Cat taking A-levels?
2 years to this like certain project. So you want to do well, and they matter loads in that sense. But the actual value and usefulness of them is, yeah, probably not as much as they seem like at the time. And on that note, that has been me and Owen trying to cash in on the results day 2019 reaction.
As promised. Shout out to Dan, studying politics and international relations at UOB. Shout out to Jim, my man Jimmy, also doing politics and international relations. Shout out to the Mrs. Ellie doing English history alongside me. Shout out to the English crew. Hold tight, the old Joe Massive represent.
And follow me, follow Owen, subscribe down below, leave a like on this video.
While you drinking, fade away. All my friends, they fade away. Don't worry,